Hi, I'm Parinay Soreng and I am in third philosophy. Um, my life in Stephens, I would say, has been pretty smooth in terms of what I was expecting and what I got. It was a realization pretty soon when I stepped in college that you do come with a lot of baggage, a lot of colored opinions about this place, good as well as bad. Um, it's it's a journey that you undertake to find out who you are yourself. It is a safe place at times to the quintessential safe place to explore who you are and identify with what you associate yourself with the most. However, at times it can be such a comfortable place that you get too used to it. Too used to it in the sense that you know when you're about to step out of this place, you have a sort of an unhealthy attachment as to whether you'll be getting that same comfort zone again outside or not. You have the same kind of mentality as to the people will be open to your perspectives of the world outside, and that's a hard-hitting reality at times because this place changes you in ways. I would correct myself to this place makes you realize what you actually are, what you're capable of. It pushes you to the very limits. I think my life in Stephens, because I have been a residential student all 3 years of my life, has been largely dominated by my life in residence, and that's why we're here. We're outside the block that I have spent 3 years in, Mukherjee East. It started right from the very right side of the block. I was in the extreme right in my first year, then in the center, right in the center of the first floor in my second year, and now I'm in the extreme left at the extension in my third year. It does test your patience at times, the residence, but it does help you make a lot of memories that you're going to cherish for the rest of your life. Apart from the academia, the college life, what I'm going to miss, the bonds that I've formed with people, at the end of the day, if you look back at college, and you're not going to miss uh, the administration or the infrastructure of it, or like you might, but I wouldn't, I'm saying. But if people actually matter to you after college, you're going to keep in touch with them, and that's what I feel makes a huge difference in my life. I feel that when people say college is going to be the best time of your life, you should believe them. The junior members who have just come in, the freshman junior members, they have to introduce themselves in a very courteous, very um, a very courteous way to your seniors who have been staying here, and it's an entire process of how you have to keep your hands at the back, how you the way that you speak, uh, the pace that you speak in, the if you're raising your voice or not. And I had a really bad time giving intros. I got into a lot of fights. I um, Within a couple of days of coming into Stephens, I remember I became famous as the most arrogant first year who came into Stephens, and there were a lot of students. I remember in one of these days, so these seniors would come to your room to take your intro, and on one of these days there were about like 30 seniors who came within a span of I think 2 to 3 hours while I wasn't here, and my roommate was just losing it. He was he was getting paranoid as to where I am. He thought I was hiding away somewhere from these seniors. This really changed me as to how I would want to treat my juniors when I came to second year. In my second year, I was under the opinion that I am not going to conform by this process whatsoever. In fact, I'm going to break this entirely. So I would intro my juniors, but it would be a very casual conversation where I would be the one approaching them. I wouldn't expect any sort of courtesy, but rather a sense of genuinity, I would say. I would tell them the ways of the college, and they should feel open to approaching me anytime that they felt that the thing wasn't working out for them. Stephens is the best institution in the country. It is the hands down. It is the best institution in the country. When people say that your NERF rankings were like what did you come, like second or third, and you are after other colleges in North Campus. But believe me, when you take down the average of all these years, Stephens has consistently been performing good. And one of the main reasons why Stephens would rank third or fourth or fifth or whatsoever is not because that we don't have meritorious students. There are reasons to those rankings as well. First of all, the reason is we don't have as many students as the colleges which usually rank first have uh, taken. We usually take around, say in my department, we take around 10 students every year, whereas the college that ranks first would take around 50 to 60 students. So what happens is, in the university exams, when our papers go down south, the teachers who are correcting the papers of Stephens, they know what the what the college code is, and I'm not saying that they deliberately mark us down, but they have a certain a sense of expectation from the kind of answers that Stephanians are writing, and they have a tendency to be more strict in terms of the marking. That tends to bring down our marks as well. But the faculty is hands down the best in the country. It's a faculty that is formidable, and you cannot come across a faculty as good and as efficient with their work as they have the knowledge on the tip of the fingers, I would say, at the end of the day. And that's the ground reality. That's me, Parinay Soreng. Thank you.